What's up, guys? It's Gabe back with another video, and I actually filmed this a couple months ago, but basically this is my dad and I building the time pack, which includes the time circuits and the flux capacitor for my upcoming movie Back to the Future 5. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so this is everything here. So first of all, this is what the actual flux capacitor looked like from the movie. This is actually what somebody built that you can buy from Amazon, but it's like $1,000. It's way too overpriced in my opinion, but it just gives you a better look on what it looks like in the inside, kind of from the side, so you can like look at the specifics. And then I wrote down like the specific equipment that was actually from the movie in that, and this is what we got. So basically, first of all, this is actually an electrical box that actually is quite a bit of money, but we decided to go with this one we already had here at my house. This is just a gun case, and it has like a flap, and it just hinges and actually goes right open, which is perfect. My dad already cut the window in that. Then we got this acrylic glass that's gonna go over this. We're gonna probably mount it right around here, just like what they did here, as you can see that, and you can see that right there. That's probably what we're going for that. And then you see this little, this is actually a rubber gasket. We had one of those or something like it. We can't find it right now, so hopefully we can find it soon. If not, we'll figure out something. What we're gonna do for, you see these labels, that's actually was just done by an old school label maker, which I have right here. It's the same one we use for the last flux capacitor in my last movie. They just print out these red labels, and that's how you do it. And then going over to the spark plug wires, our first round of doing this for the last movie, we actually painted them, but this time we actually got them like this from Amazon, so we didn't even have to paint them, which was really nice. And then what goes in that is actually these solenoids that you see right here. These aren't solenoids, but they're something that my dad picked up at the store that actually look pretty cool. They're fluorescent starters, so what we're going to do is we're going to put that in there somehow, either glue it or put some kind of nail to like go in that small hole right there is what we're planning to do to have that in there. So what they actually use in the movie is acrylic cubes. This is a better look here. And then they use these vacuum relays, but they're really expensive since they're from the movie, and you can't just get them at any store. You have to buy them for very expensive online. So what we're using is just these LED rope lights controlled by this. And then for the time circuits, I'm using, just like I did with my last movie, I'm using my Kindle tablet, and we have this app installed off the App Store. It's actually from Fluxy88, and it's touchscreen. You can type in whatever. So that's what we're using, the same method what we used for the last movie. So if we go to the backpack, we have to build a new flux capacitor because my dog Toby ruined the other one. It was made out of cardboard, but this is for the best because we're going to make it a lot more durable and a lot more realistic. But luckily, he did not ruin the backpack, which is good because we wanted to have the same backpack because we filmed the original shots with the original flux capacitor before he ruined it, and those shots were all not close up, which is good because obviously the flux capacitor is going to look different, but it still has to be the same backpack since it's just saw the backpack. So I'm glad that he did not ruin the backpack since this is a one of a kind. So the things we have to start out with is we're going to first, you see how you can see these individual lights, which I don't like as much because it's supposed to be more like that. We're going to paint over this with like white frost spray paint, so it's more kind of that matte finish, so you can't see the individual lights as much. And then we are going to cut this out accordingly to the box. Let's get to it. So now are we going to be spray painting the rope lights. With that white frost color to make it less transparent. Okay, now we're applying another coat onto these rope lights. My dad's gonna put on the last coat.
It's done.
Now that we have it all frosted over with paint, do the honors. Look at that. So, the first mode is, it combines all the modes. Look at that. That's gonna look really sweet in the flux capacitor.
Yeah, it is.
So what we did now is we put the screws inside of the fluorescent starters, and now he's putting tape over the screws and will fit that in the spark plugs. We actually already tried it with one and it worked pretty well. And there you go.
Look at that nice tight fit.
Look at that. And that we're trying to replicate that. My dad put the spark plugs into the starters, and now he is measuring to see where he's going to be cutting the holes inside of that box. So that's what we're approximately where we're going to put them. My dad will now be drilling holes into the case. My dad is about to cut the acrylic with the jigsaw. He has done it. My dad just installed the Kindle tablet in there and is now installing the acrylic sheets. The moment of truth. Alright, the moment of truth. Flip it over. All right. That's what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor. Alright, I am now on my final letter of all these labels on my label maker. There we go. Alright, so first we have shield eyes from light on the bottom. And then we have disconnect capacitor drive with the second one below it being before opening. Alright, let's put these labels on. Alright, this one should go about here. And this final one right here. And there you go. Alright, the flux capacitor and time circuits are all installed. Everything is now finished. It's literally 2:14 in the morning right now. So I'm gonna go to bed. The only thing we have to do when we wake up is put this case inside the backpack so it can become the time pack. And that's all we have to do. So most likely we're gonna put that in there and probably tape it or glue it somehow in there. But I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Alright everyone, I forgot to film an outro and it's months later, and you're wondering why would you forget to film an outro for a video that I filmed months ago? Or basically this video of my dad and I building a flux capacitor, I was originally gonna have this come out after my movie, like just after it came out. It was originally gonna come out on January 10th. It is now January 25th, and I had to reschedule my movie. Because there's been a lot of issues recently. Some of my actors aren't available to film, and I really need to focus on school right now because I'm studying for final exams. Hope everybody understands. And since Back to the Future 5 was pushed back, I still wanted to provide interesting content for you guys, so I decided to release this behind the scenes look of my dad and I building the time pack early. Here is the final look at our time pack, which includes the flux capacitor on the bottom and the time circuits on top. You can see it is all in the blue backpack now. And again, this is the remote that controls the lights. So it can go either off, on, and has different modes. The first mode, the second mode, the third mode, the fourth mode, the fifth mode, the sixth mode, and the one that I'm actually using for the movie, the seventh mode. And this is also the eighth mode. But you can control the brightness as well. I obviously have it all the way up since I want to make sure you can obviously see it in my movie. But yeah, let's go back to the seventh one, which is what I use. And that's basically that. And one thing that we added to this over the past 2 months is my dad and I cut a hole both in the backpack and in this casing. So now we can charge the Kindle because the lights are battery powered and controlled by that remote. So we won't need to recharge a battery for a while. But the Kindle that I'm using for the time circuits, it dies pretty easily. So we cut a hole and there's a cable and you can see it is plugged in and charging. So that is how we charge the time circuits. So that's basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and hope you guys enjoy my movie coming in about 2 months. Peace out.